Bitcoin is about to soar in price, guys. Got a really interesting update for you. Right now, Bitcoin is about to close out the month of April 2024, and it's been a red month so far. Okay, so Bitcoin is down so far about 10% this month. Pretty big red candle on the monthly chart. And I think a lot of people are a little bit of in panic mode. Okay, a lot of people are probably thinking, uh-oh, is Bitcoin going to continue crashing in May, June, July? But we have a couple of interesting things to talk about in this video, guys. If you guys enjoy this video, please smash the thumbs up button. It would really help. So, Bitcoin ran up extremely high, okay? Obviously, uh, you know, March was a really great month for Bitcoin. We hit all-time highs that month, okay? The all-time high of Bitcoin is around 73,800, so almost 74K. Now there's been a bit of a sell-off. But the good thing is that there's been very strong support for Bitcoin at around 59K. A lot of people have jumped in to buy a dip, and here's why I think we're going higher. First off, as I mentioned, it's very important to understand that these Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs that are going to launch pretty soon could spur not only a ton of money coming in from China because Bitcoin is banned in China, but it also could encourage other countries to do the same thing. So here's an interesting article that I found on blockworks.co. It's like successful Hong Kong crypto ETF flows could pale in comparison to US funds. The projected medium-term 1 billion inflow total for Hong Kong crypto funds will represent just about 2% of the region's ETF market. So obviously, people are saying that this, launch of these Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs, obviously only going to represent 2%, but I think that's incorrect. Okay, I think a lot of people are underestimating how much money could enter these Bitcoin ETFs in Hong Kong, just like a lot of people underestimated how popular the US traded Bitcoin ETFs are. Okay, the US traded ETFs have been a huge success for companies like BlackRock, even though these ETFs make up a tiny percentage of the company's total iShares ETF portfolio. It's doing like something crazy like 50 to 60% of the total ETF volume for the entire company. And what I read interesting in this article is it says, while such funds are not likely to welcome inflows anywhere near those seen by US Bitcoin ETF funds, industry watchers said they could spur other countries to greenlight crypto ETFs. So according to this article, people don't think the amount of money coming in from Asia or Hong Kong especially will be as much as the United States. But once again, the population in China is over 1 billion people. And there was a lot of people that, basically couldn't buy Bitcoin in China once it was banned, okay? So I think that this article is mistaking how powerful the money is in Asia. And I just wanted to kind of point this out because I noticed that this is another FUD article that's circulating around the internet. I've noticed this lately, ever since Bitcoin's drawn down from its all-time high, there's been a lot of FUD surrounding people think, oh, the cycle's done and the Bitcoin ETFs or over-exaggeration. Guys, the US Bitcoin ETFs launched on January 11th, 2024. It's literally it's less than 4 months. It takes time for these products to circulate around institutional investors for people to trust them, okay? A lot of times people are only going to invest in something if the returns are good. Well, if a product's only been around for 3 months, it's kind of hard to gauge the returns. But most of these Bitcoin ETFs are up around 30 to 40%, so they've done quite well. But the interesting thing is that, once again, the halving has just been around 10 to 11 days away, and we still have about 500 to 550 days approximately left in this current cycle. So now let's talk about some of the catalysts coming up in May as well. So we have these ETFs that are coming, and then we have a lot of these Bitcoin mining companies reporting earnings. The first one is Riot Blockchain on May 1st, 2024. This is very important catalyst for Bitcoin. I'll tell you guys why. First off, this is the first mining company, publicly traded mining company, that is going to report earnings. So we can kind of get a good insight into not only Bitcoin mining, but Bitcoin itself, because a lot of these CEOs, when they hold their quarterly earnings conference calls, they talk about the industry. So they're going to reveal a lot of important information about Bitcoin, about this current cycle, the halving, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of institutional investors, guys, I'm talking about people from companies like BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. They have analysts that listen to these conference calls. And if these conference calls coming from Riot, we have a few more coming from CLSK, Cypher Mining, all of these companies are reporting basically between, like, I would say May 1st to May 9th. If there's a lot of bullish and positive information coming out of these Bitcoin mining conference calls, not only are these Bitcoin mining stocks going to start soaring, but institutional investors are going to be buying those Bitcoin ETFs because they're all going to be listening to these conference calls. So I think this is a very good time to really think about. Obviously, it's been a little bit boring for crypto. Okay, really haven't moved that much lately, but this is a really good time if you guys kind of think you missed the boat to jump back in. Okay, we definitely don't want to buy Bitcoin at all-time highs. We want to buy as much as possible at a discount, because at the end of the day, when the price is lower in fiat, you get more Bitcoin. And I really believe that this will be the last opportunity for a lot of people to buy Bitcoin at five figures. This is a golden window of opportunity, guys. I really believe so, because simply the scarcity that Bitcoin has every halving, where the amount of daily supply gets cut in half, it really hasn't baked into the price currently. It's the halving is not priced in. It usually takes 3 to 6 months for that supply shock to really take place. Obviously, this will be sped up by the ETFs. Now, let's talk about what else will happen in the second half of May. Okay, we have a couple of interesting things coming up. For April will be released on May 15th. Okay, May 15th. So we have another catalyst coming up on May 15th. We'll see how inflation comes in, whether it comes in hot or it cools. That will be another thing that will really drive a Bitcoin, especially moving forward in May. And last but not least, May historically, Bitcoin is up around 22%. So it's been a very green month for Bitcoin. And I really think that this is the time, like I said, April was kind of a drawdown. I really think May will be an explosive move. And it just looks like everything's setting itself up for a pretty big move in crypto. If we take a quick look at the greed and fear index. Okay, yeah, so the crypto greed and fear index is sitting at like 67, so it's cooled off a bit. And that'll give us, I think, a little bit of room to run much higher in May. So we'll see what happens, guys. A lot of positive catalysts is coming up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, get more videos from me. Let me know what you guys think. Will Bitcoin run up in May, or will we go down even lower, have another red month? You let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until the next video, see you guys in the next one. Take care.